All right, back for part two and picking up where we left off. It's a little bit more quieter here now. Oh, this place. You try to get your gaming time in while you can, and that's kind of tough. But getting gaming time in where it could be a little bit quiet for filming is really tough. But we are going to make a correction where we left off last time. I was going to fire another shot at the Russian tank because of this overwhelm, but I noticed that it says here if the active player's firing tank cannon and their firepower were greater than the defense, but they weren't greater. It was a tie, so the overwhelm won't work, and we won't have another shot at the Russian tank. But that'll be it. We got the fire cannon card. We'll go ahead and put that in the discard pile. And the you can see here how the game flows going. Uh, you got the initiatives, a big part of this game, and being able to squeeze off some shots is another big part of it. Getting kills and getting hits. Like I said, if you're in a better position initiative wise, you get to use this flanking, and that reduces the number of their armor to that second number there instead of the first one. So if the Russian player shot at me with a better initiative, he was able to get around and flank. Uh, the German player here would defend with a 2 number instead of a 7. So that is that. I believe it is the Russian players or the Soviet players combat card pick. And here we go. Let me see which one would do us best, and we'll be right back. All right, little note though, we do get blitzed for our objectives. The German player has to pay an extra initiative cost. So we have to keep that in mind too. All these little things we got to keep in mind here. All right, I am thinking since we've got our tank boosted up a little bit here, we're going to go ahead and use a, well, I don't know if we want to do a turret. Let's do a turret. The weight of this is non-applicable, so don't have to worry about weight. We will go over here to the turret column. Turn action allows a player to increase their initiative by the amount equal to the total number of lightning bolts on their primary and secondary turn technologies. So we got 2 there. So we're going to raise our initiative up for the Soviet player and get on top of those nasty Germans. Alright, let's see what we got there. Turret bonuses are shown. Any turret bonuses shown on support units are added to any initiative. Unfortunately, we don't have support units. We got objectives. We got 3 of them. Unlike the German player that has support units but no objectives yet. So, we're going to up 1 space for each lightning bolt. Alright, so we get 2 of them here. That'll be 1, 2. We got the initiative trying to gain it on up from the Germans. We'll put this in a discard pile. And that will be it for the combat phase. What we always do in maintenance is get us another card ready up here. And we move the marker. Now we go into another year. So it's the winter season. We're going from 42 to 43. And there is a lot of stuff you can do here now. End of year. Players score victory points. How well their nation fared. End of the year is the only time player scores are adjusted. Alright. A victory point 4. Each tank kill tile on their player board. The German player has 3. So he'll move his victory point up to 3. The Soviet player only has 1. So he'll go up to 1. Alright. Now more victory points are awarded for each victory point symbol on the objective cards, the units they own, even suppressed units. Well, he has no objectives. He just has support units. Fortunately for the Soviet player, we got 1, 2, 3 of those victory points. Victory signs, so we get 3. That'll be 1, 2, 3. We're up to 4 now. Oh. So on the objective cards, units, and units they owned. Okay. So even suppressed units. So the German player will get one for his unit. So okay. I guess he's on top. Huh. All right. And I guess I guess I'm not sure how that goes because whoever moves first. So we'll maybe go by hierarchy here. Let's see what we end up with. One victory point for each enemy support unit they destroyed. We have not destroyed any support units. Alright, after all players have received their basic victory points, players can purchase victory points by using their initiative. So you can spend these to go down to make these go up. But there's a certain rate. Right here it tells you. And this year, we get a bargain. I guess you get a bargain. One victory point per initiative. So each player's got to decide, do you want to lose the initiative to go up or down? In 43, next year it'll cost 2 victory points, but you get 3 initiatives for 2 victory points, and so on and so forth. A player may never voluntarily lower their initiative below 0. Destroyed unit cards are discarded to the support, discard pile, all other objective units, and tank kill tiles remain in place. Alright, so at the end of the year, we just move all this stuff here. Additional, each player receives an additional tank kill tile. Huh, okay, well, we'll get to that. Right now, each player's got to decide what he wants to do with the initiatives. He wants to buy victory points. Let me look at this, we'll be right back. Alright, I think as a Soviet player, I'm just going to stay where I'm at. I wouldn't do anything, and I think as a German player, I'd probably do the same thing. So we are not going to waste any of our initiatives. But we will go back to the front of the rules where it says, number 10, place the remaining disc on the initiative track on the main board, blah, 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 in the following order, top to bottom, German, and Russia's next. So we'll give the Germans the initiative for now. All right, next, end of year maintenance. Move the year marker to 43, and it is now spring. All right, each player receives an additional tank kill tile. So it gives one for the German, one for the Soviet. All right. Now you get a chance to change your doctrines. So I don't think so. I mean, it's just me playing. 2 players that pretty well like this doctrine. What's the other Soviet doctrine? Oh, you can re-roll your armor rolls when you're defending. And that's kind of like, what do they call that? Miniatures game. Where the attacker rolls and the defender gets to roll their dice to defend against it. It's a miniatures. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's kind of that where you can re-roll your armor. But I think I'll keep it over here to where it cost him an extra it's initiative to blitz. Gotta sneeze, be right back. Alright, just tells you we can change our doctrine at this time, and some doctrines have immediate benefits. All players may change their entrenchment units on their objectives. I got objectives, but I don't have no units to entrench on them. He has units, but no objectives. So, this is a fresh start. In solo and 2 human player games, players may choose to discard the technology tiles in their technology stack and draw new ones. A player must discard all technologies or none. Technologies that have been built onto a tank or researched into a blueprint remains where they are, which is good. And advanced technology just tells you to change the tiles in the 1943 turn. Alright, we're back at the spring. And as it stands, we're tied. Everything looks about the same. I've had some games where I've had substantial leads, but those were definite learn-throughs. And like I said, I never really had to restart one. I got some stuff mixed up, but other than that, we're ready to go. The Germans got the initiative. Unfortunately, that don't come into play here with the research and build each person. simultaneously just looks at their tiles. So we look at the tiles and decide which country, what the countries want to do, what they want to research. Be right back. All right, for Russian. This must be a new technology that we must have drawn, but I like this after fire cannon action, improved optics. And it's right here. It gives you number one, +1 incentive during the cannon fire action. So we'll take that. Now what it means here, under this improved optics secondary, there's primary technologies and secondary technologies. And like I said, you can see here, what you're looking for is this little symbol up in the left-hand corner. See how this is really dark and this one's kind of light? So that's how they're distinguishing it. And you'll be able to tell here when I put this on the fire cannons. I'll put this under my, sorry, I get too ahead of myself. We will research that. But when I do put it on there, it goes on the secondary because the symbol there is kind of light. If it was dark, it'd be a primary. So we are going to research, not put that on there yet. Don't want to get ahead of myself. That's what the Russians will research. And you can see here now how you only get a certain amount of time to research these things. So, I mean, your strategy can be just to have not built anything, hold off on a whole bunch of them and research, and then put them all in your tank at one time and try to get a whole bunch of points then. But then, you know, you're losing objectives. It just depends. It all depends on the card play and the way the game flows. All right, now we will do the same thing with the German technology tiles. Be right back. All right, there's a German player. We're going to pick the old, we're going to try to get our engine going here too. We're going to research a 700 horsepower engine for our tank. We'll put that on the blueprint section, get him going there. And rest of the tiles, we'll go back on the technology spot. All right, and what do we do after everybody gets done with their research or build? We exchange tiles. This one goes over here, and this pile goes back here. Make sure we got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, please, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what we got. We don't want 7. We want 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're good to go. And that will take care of 1943's first research and build. We're going up to combat now, and German has the initiative, the all-important initiative, and of course his doctrine allows him to flip over another card. So for combat, that's what you do. Look at the cards and pick which one you want to pick. Now I think we're ready to maybe, I'll look at everything here, burn, shred, but it might be time to try to get some of these undefended, definite objectives before they get support units on them. And there you go, that's what you're looking for. And like I said, you can see here, I guess if we had 4 players, they could all gang up on a German. I'm not sure how that would work, because like I said, if you do and he ain't got no more tank kill tiles, you can't target his tank no more, or you can't target him, so you'd have to go for somebody else. So I think it's more of a World War II game to where everybody's competing against each other, where everybody's at war with each other. I think that's basically what it is. You can't really a allies versus Axis. It's every man for himself. We will be back. All right, we got a choice to use the Blitz and try to capture some of these minor objectives. We're running low on our initiatives. I don't know if I want to give up the initiative. We did really good as a German player busting those tanks with our cannons with our improved 76mm M1. And I think that might be American, but whatever. It's technology. It's technology. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and fire a cannon again. We'll use that action. So we'll go back over here and find out what the procedure is. I know I just did it, but I always want to check with the book. Fire cannon allows. Suppressed units can't fire. The active player chooses a tank to target. The player may fire upon enemy tank containing tank kill tiles, which he has too. The active player fire using their tank. Their firepower bonuses. Total value shown in their primary and secondary technologies. Support units. I will not use a support unit because you don't have I could use a support unit if he had one of those cannon markers. You can see that cannon marker up there in the upper left. But he don't. He has a blitz. Ooh, man, he would have helped out in a blitz. Well, we'll just do it this way. We'll go ahead and destroy some of these commie tanks. All right. Flanking, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to roll our die. Here we go. Oh, no. Be right back. All right. Come on. This is a bouncer. All right. We got a good roll there. 3. We add our +3 to it. So that'll make the, German die a 6. All right. Make sure that's right. Yep. All right. The active player is firing using his tank. The player firing using a support unit. All right. Firepower bonus. Total value shown on a primary secondary weapon. The targeted player determines defense by rolling 1 die and adding his first value of his armor. So I'll be adding 3. Well, hold on a second. Nope. Because we're flanking. If the active player initiative disc is on a higher location than the defender. Huh. Well, it isn't on a higher location, so maybe we won't be able to flank if the active player's initiative disc is in a higher location than defender. When firing, he's not on the same location, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and we won't flank. So we will use that first modifier, number 3, add it to the Soviet die roll. Oh, it doesn't do it. It's a 4. 6-4. All right. Firepower is greater or equal. The active player destroys one of the defender's tanks. All right, now this is a new year and a new season, so we'll take this one off of him and we'll just give it to the German, but that's it. Any more tanks he destroys, you don't get no more tiles, but you can see here, he's got a bunch of these tank kill tiles now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Them are victory points. So there you go. Now overwhelm. If the active player is firing their tank cannon, their firepower was greater than the defense, which it was this time, the active player may fire the tank again. The target tank was at least 1 tank kill tile, but it may be a different tank. Yeah, see, I could. Now, how's that work? Hold on a second. Okay, I understand what you're saying there. It says the target must be a tank with at least 1 tank kill tile, but maybe a different tank, so, tank kill tile, but how many tanks do we have on here? We only have 1. Let's see here. I'm thinking it says the target must be a tank with at least, so it could be a different tank? That's all, I don't understand that. Well, because I'm playing with 2 players, a German and a Russian. So I'm thinking if the Russian don't have no more tank kill tiles, but the British and American did, you can fire at their tanks. Like I said, there's no allies. There's no sides in this. It's every side for themselves. And I'm thinking this here is reinforcing that. Player may fire a tank again. Target must be a tank with at least. So if they all had no tank kill tiles, you couldn't fire at any of them. Anyway, we're going on with this one. Support units fire once. It may not overwhelm. Oh, that is a key. Because like I said, some of those support units got their own anti-tank capability. So if you fire with a support unit instead of your tank, you can't overwhelm. Must finish firing before once a tank begins firing, it must finish before another unit may fire. Huh. What do they mean by tank units? Are these the tanks right here? These are tank kills, though. Well, we'll see. All right, we're firing again. A 4 and 3. That'll be a 7. So we have a 6 and a 1 on our die here. Now, the Soviet player isn't flanked because the disc we determined isn't higher. It's on the same spot. So he'll add a 3 modifier. Ooh. I'm giving him a 5. So there you go. We got another one. Alright, so you take this tank kill tile off, but you don't give it to him this time. He only gets one, and we'll put these over in the tank kill. But now we can't target his tank no more. We can target we can take over objectives, and when if he ever gets some support units, we can target them. But that's it. Can't get any more kills, and we didn't get no more tiles. And like I said here, oh, the tank destroys another tank. One or more enemy tanks. The active player receives one tank kill tile and places it on their player board. A player receives a single tank kill tile, even if several kills are recording in a turn. So I get one. Like I said, bonus production is not received when support units destroy every tank, which is logical. All right, well that'll be it. Very productive. And there you go. You can see where these German tanks nailing these T-34s, which I guess it was in real life, rather. The Panther. That's what this was. And I've played, simulations on computers and stuff, and yeah, they'll toast these T-34s in a heartbeat. And some of these games, when these guys start bringing on these Panthers and these Tigers, I mean, unless you can get to the rear of them with a fast-moving unit and get some of these rear shots. And another thing is, well, hold on a second. Is anybody else noticing how easy these tanks are going up on in this Ukraine conflict? I mean, these drones are dropping grenades on the top of these tanks. I mean, how thin is the top armor on these things? I mean, I guess the front armor could be like this thick, and the top armor is this thick. I mean, it's really bad. I seen that one. I have to put a little mention out to one video, where, and I'm sure everybody else is realizing that the tactics in warfare are history. Everything's blown out the door. It's all drones now, and you could all see this coming. I mean, any grandma with a drone and a screen and knows how to fly one of these things can drop these grenades. And that one grenade, these Russian troops were getting hammered by it, so they ran for this car. And the drone driver, he had a sunroof, dropped the goofy grenade in the sunroof. It was a shot of the century. I need to leave a link on that video on my report on my video here. But yeah, oh, it was great. Poor Russians, cannon fodder. So anyway, let's get back to here. Where were we? Okay, that was that was the Germans' combat phase. Took out a couple Russian tanks, and now there's a Russian response. They don't get to draw a card. We got to pick from what's got left. We'll be right back. All right, Russian player's going to use a Burn Tread wild card. It's got a weight of 0. So we'll definitely be able to use it. And then we can select any action. And the action we are going to select is a support action, I do believe. Oh, all right. So in the support action, a player calls support for tanks and identifies valuable targets they can possess to score victory points, which are objectives. Support action, you draw 2 top cards from the support deck. Here's what, oh my god. Like I said, I don't know what the deal is with the shuffling, but there you go. Alright, well here we got a different one, and this is a major objective. You can see here it's worth 2 victory points, and you get double the defense, so we'll definitely be taking this card here. And I was hoping to maybe get some units to protect these. These are going to be cannon fodder easy. And you place this card here on top. These are going to be easy objectives for the German player if he wants to get those. So that's what you do when you will put this card back in the discard pile. When you call in support units from this pile, you'll get either objectives or units. And we're a little bit low on the units. Big time. I think we got every minor objective card through this freaking deck. All right. That is it for combat. We will go to the end of season. And you can see how quickly this game does go by. Oh, and end of season, of course, we restock the action deck. Fire cannons, fire machine guns, blitz, and blitz. Alright, we will move this to the summer season, same year. And that is it. We can reshuffle discarded cards. And if it's winter, proceed. But other than that, we are back to the research and build. And we look at the Soviet side. It's traditionally what we do first. And we'll decide if they want to research or if they want to build what they already got blueprinted. We'll be right back. I believe it's a British player, or not British, Russian player. We're going to research some armor. Our tanks are going up really quick. I mean, not that it matters right now, but yeah, if he keeps on firing at us, we ain't going to be worth a toot. So I could have went ahead and built this, but and it improved optics. What that does is just give you an initiative during their fire cannon, which is fine, but we don't need that right now. I mean, we could, but I think we need to get this armor. So we're going to put this on our blueprint. We will choose the research option during our research and build phase. That will be it for the Soviet player. All right. And like I said, we just received these technologies from the German player, so this is what he had in his deck. And now we'll go over here to the German player. He'll look at his tiles, and we'll get it back. All right, here's the options we got here. And we don't need no more of these action cards. Our doctrine gives us extra action cards anyway, so it depends on how you want to play it. This also gives you more action cards. This could help us with our blitz. Shurzen skirts. I guess those are those skirts on the side of the... You can see on some of those P4s, they got skirts that go along these tracks, kind of protect them. That could be what that is. And plus a machine gun. We could use some of these, but I really like what we got on the blueprint, which will help us on the blitz. So we're going to choose the build option over the research option in our research and build phase. So there you go. Put this on down here. Now this will go onto the, you can see up here in the upper corner, our blitz marker, and it'll go on the blitz. So now instead of 1 lightning bolt, we get 3. We also got to adjust our weight. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The weight of our tank now is 12. And that's a -2. Ooh, getting kind of heavy there. Getting kind of heavy there. Alright. That'll take care of that. So each side has chose their options in the research and build phase. Research, build. Now what do? We exchange tiles. They go to the German, and the Germans go to the Russians. So you kind of keep the technology of the day, going. But now we get some extras. 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets 2. Now we get 2 extra. Maybe new technologies, maybe old. Who knows? But they're put into the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over here, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How does that happen? That is so strange. I guess you can, but it don't tell me in the rules to take any of them off. So, hold on a second. All right, well, under this pass tiles rule, it tells you pass them, but players pass tiles. It says players pass their tiles to the right. Place the new tiles, blah, 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 blah. If a player has fewer tiles than is allowed, you can draw new ones from the technology pool, which we did. And it says 2 players, 6 tiles are allowed. But what happens if you go over? It's kind of a little glitch there, Travis. What do we do? And you can see I've been playing it right. So we're going to go ahead and just discard 1. We'll just pick 1 and discard it, I guess. Keep it 6, because it does say tiles allowed 6 per player. Players then allowed for the number of players in the game. So we take 1 out. Now he reaches he's got the legal limit. That one goes back in the technology pool when we just picked that random. All right. Where were we? We just passed that. We were ready for the combat action. German player still has the initiative. We're back. All right, we're getting ready to do combats, but you can see here, we got us a nice close game for this little video here, intro, but I think the German player might run away with it here, coming in a couple months or a couple seasons, unless the British player can get himself some victory points, and that's what we're gonna try to do here with this combat. German player gets to pick first, fire his cannons, machine guns. And the thing with this, you can fire your machine guns, but you ain't got nobody to fire at. You just got objectives. You don't have no support units, so you don't really want to use that. I don't know how effective the machine guns would be against. Oh, it even says down here machine guns at support units, so you can't even fire those at the tank. Blitz initiative, which is fine to give you more initiatives, but again, the German player has no objectives to gain in a blitz. So there's different factors and different things. Like I said, this is a two-player game, and here on the solo channel, we don't ever get to play anybody else. Another thing about that command and colors, I put a link to the tournament. I think his name is Benjamin Turner. I'm sorry, I forgot his name, but I know it now. Me and old Ben been playing commands and colors for a while, maybe a few years, and we do it on Vassal. Ben's a great guy. He's a good player. And I think on that link, we are looking for other players because there's always some drops. So if anybody out there likes Command and Colors wants to get on the tournament, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that link gives you all the info you need. Or if you need any more info, you can get a hold of me, and I'll try to get a hold of what's going on. But yeah, last year I think there are certain drops. He has 20 players, but I guess we could always take more. So if you're interested, look into that. All right, we'll be right back. All right, back with the British combat phase. And the thing of it is, we could fire our cannons. We look over here at their tank. Man, he's got some good armor. And I don't know about our gun. Our gun ain't too hip. And neither is our armor, so our tanks are weak. Our tank's weak. We got no support units to fire machine guns at. I believe the only choice we have is a blitz. So we will blitz. But instead of capturing an objective, we'll just use it for our change initiative. Count the number of lightning bolts shown on a tank's primary and secondary blitz markers. We built our tank up for that. So we'll get 2 advances. Hold on a second. All right. No support units to help us out with that. Initiative may never surpass 16. Any turn, oh, this is turret, blah, 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 blah. Change initiative. Any blitz bonuses shown on support units. Like I said, we just have objectives. We don't have support units yet. We have to work on that. All right. So what you do is count the number of lightning bolts below, subtract this number, any weight penalty shown in the tank. Our weight penalty is 0, so we definitely get to bump our initiative up by 2. Therefore, taking the initiative lead. 1, 2. There you go. And that is how that is done. Now you can secure objectives, but like I said, the German player has no objectives to obtain. All right, that is it. We'll put the Blitz card back in the pile. I'll try to keep these the right way. Bad camera work, I know, I'm sorry. Oh, this is on the 5. Alright, then we are done with the combats action. We'll go to the end of the season, which is just maintaining our action cards. And need another Blitz card. Blitzers are wild. And it is now the fall. Oh, and we're back to research and build. Let me look and see what we want to do here. I think it's time to maybe build on this Soviet tank. We'll be right back. All right, Russian player taking a big chance. The thing of it is, he can't aim or target my tank no more because I have no more tank kill markers. I am noticing there it says victory points -3. Oh, if you don't have no tank kill markers, your victory points go to -3. I'll have to look at that. I never did notice that before, but that'd be a nice little incentive to keep keep tank kills in there. All right, now here's the big deal though. We're going to choose research over production, and we're going to get this thing going up here. We're going to research a machine gun. So what you'll do, you don't want anybody to see what you're doing if you're playing a real game, unlike our little learn through here, but you'll keep these all hidden, and that will be what the Soviet player decides to do is research instead of build option. We over here with the German. He has nothing to build. He's built his tank on up. We'll check out what technologies he wants to research. All right, I'm really tempted to use this 3-card AM radio option, but let's go ahead and get us some of the shirts and skirt researched. That way, right now, if we're flanked, we'll use that second number 2. We get a little shirts and skirts going on here as our secondary research or option, I guess is what it is. I don't know what the word is, but it'll definitely help us out and make that 2 when we're flanked into a 3. And the thing of it is, this is all cool and everything, but you're running out of time. We ain't got many turns left, so is it a waste? Key thing is to get these victory points. So do you want to defend your tank or just go after those victory points? We're going to go ahead and research search and skirt. So they'll be researched down here. Put that on our blueprint part of our clipboard. The rest of these will be flipped over. And what happens? You pass them to the British player. Or to the Soviet player. All right, here you go. We're done with the research. We'll do the old pass. There you go. Now, this is the strange part. I'm seeing what's going on here. We're going to be over because I'm researching. He's going to be under. What do you do there, Travis Meredith? Do I keep on taking these things out to give me 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Every time it goes to this Soviet player, he's got 7. I don't understand that. I guess we'll have to make a house rule. You know me. If you watch this channel, I hate house rules. I like to have it by the book. These designers should have this stuff figured out. We're going to go ahead and discard one. Keep it like they say with the 6. So it'll be, hold on, I think we're discarding more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're discarding 2. So every time it comes to the Soviet player, you discard tiles to keep it under 6. I guess that's what you have to do. We're doing it in this game. Alright, he's got his 6. Everybody's research, everybody's passed. We're ready for the combat phase. And, we got a new initiative leader. And it is the Soviet side, so he gets to choose what he wants to do first. We'll be right back. Alright, well, I believe we ain't gonna fire our cannons, I don't think. Although we need some of those cards back. Oh, our cannon isn't too modified, and he's all armored on up. So I believe, and this is something that's that's noticeable in this game now too. You can see we're gonna look here at these cards, at that weight. You see that weight there is 0. The weight on this Blitz card is non-applicable. I guess that's what that means. But look at this other card. It's just from the draw pile already. Fire cannons, non-applicable. All right, now this is something you want to notice in this game. It's kind of cool. I like it. They're all getting this all set up. Oh, what happens here? Okay. Now, the Russian player or the Soviet player, he's up first for the first time in this game. He's got the initiative when it comes to combat. But you look at these Blitz cards. Let's use the zoom feature here. That's a 2-weight Blitz card. And that's a 10-weight Blitz card. So if this card here was the only one available, you could use it, but it's only got a 2-weight maximum weight. If your tank weighs over 2, you're going to suffer a malfunction penalty, and that'd be a malfunction on your Blitz. So that is very cool. I like that. And what that really means, I guess, is if you're going to Blitz in this area, must be a lot of mud. Must be something all screwed up. So this is tougher terrain Blitz, easier terrain Blitz. All right, so as the Soviet player, we want to use a Blitz card, but we don't want to use this one because it's a 2-weight. We'll have to use the 10-weight card. and. Now, if the German player is going to pick either of those, that's a 10 weight is the maximum. He got that tank heavy. He's playing a big time penalty. So there you go. There's all these intricacies. Like I said, it's a quick game, but there is a lot involved in it. It's pretty basic. It's pretty easy to turn out. So anyway, Soviet player going to use a blitz. The weight of this is 10. My tank is 7. I don't think I'd suffer any penalties. All right, now for this blitz card, what we're going to do, since like I said, you don't have any objectives for us to take, we're just going to use it for the initiative. Count the number of lightning bolts again on our blitz. That is 2. So we'll go up another from 5. Oh, 5, 6, 7. I guess he was on 3. I'll have to look back on the video and find out. But major faux pas. Major wargaming faux pas when you knock all the counters around. All right, well, that'll be it. Blah, 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 blah. It's possible that the weight of the tank, subtract the number of the weight penalty shown. We got that all. Hold on a second. Count the number of lightning bolts shown on tank's primary second. Subtract this number, any weight penalty. Oh, that's right. All right, well, he don't have a weight penalty, so we're good. We get all 2. We put them up there. Blitz card will go into the discard pile. And that is how that is done. Now, it is the German player's turn. Let me make sure I got this marker in the right spot. All right, German player's combat turn. And like I said again, his doctrine gives him an extra draw card. And there's a turn card. So let me look and see what he does. Now, he might want a blitz. Oh, well, that's right. We got to look at the weight of that sucker. That's only 2. I don't know if I can afford that. The turn's 14. I can afford that one. So there you go. You got to pay the cost of these cards. I need some of these objectives. Do I want to put my blitz out of malfunction? And I'll show you once I get malfunctioned. There's all kinds of things you can do. You got malfunction. You got suppressed markers when you get these units suppressed. Like I said, it's a quick game, basic game. Lots going on. What do I want to do as the German player? We're right back. All right. Fire cannons. He has no more tanks to fire at, so I can't do that. Fire machine guns at support units, non-applicable. Has no support units, nothing but objectives. Blitz is what I really need. But you can see that's got a 2 weight maximum, and I will suffer a blitz malfunction. So I don't want to do that. Again, so what we're going to do here, you can see we are down initiative-wise. So I think it'd be wisest for us just to go for this turn card, and which is good. Oh, let me see. No, well, not as good as I thought. I thought maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. Under turn, he's only got 1 lightning bolt. Support units also help, but they only have blitz lightning bolts. So blitz, that would have helped on the blitz. We'll go ahead and use it. Turn it. And we'll increase our initiative by 1 by a 4. That's all we can do. I guess as a German player, put this card in a discount card pile, and we will go to the end of season. Move this on up to the winter. Same year. Put a new card on up here. Support card. It's a good card. Ooh, it's got a heavy weight on it though. Well, no, I guess that's good. Heavyweight's good. Lightweight's bad. All right. Let me see. That is it. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. We're going too fast. In the season, not end of year. And it is the research and build phase. We usually go for the British player first. And I do believe it's time to build some of this stuff. That's what happens when your blueprint board gets pretty heavy. You might want to start building, which is cool, but it'll add weight to your tank and everything else. All right, little game note idea here. Since I'm having to put these tiles back into the technology pool, I'm wondering if the limitation here, 2 to 6 tiles, only applies to what's on your technologies section. These don't apply, so maybe you always want to have 6 here, and these don't apply. That might be what they're trying to imply. That sounds a little bit better. I think we're going to go ahead and switch it to be that way. So this tile maximum, I'm interpreting as being tile maximum in your technology section of your clipboard, not your blueprint. If you add these, you're going to get everything mixed up. So I think that's the way it's going to be. We'll go ahead and work with that. That sounds like a little bit smoother instead of taking these tiles and putting them back in there. Like I said, we're at the research or build phase, and I'm deciding whether it's the Soviet player we want to start putting these things on our tank, or if we got some good tiles here. And that's just it. I put those tiles back in the goofy ass, what do you call it, pool. So maybe we'll take these out. Yeah, let's do it that way. 1, 2, 3. This is gonna have a big impact on the game, but well, we'll work with what we got here, and at the end, after we pass them, we'll go ahead and even them on up. All right. Do I want to research any of this or get my tank going? I'm pretty sure I don't want none of these right here right now. So we are going to choose the build option for the Soviet player in the winter turn of 1943. All right. This here's our machine guns. Add some more. Put this over to primary. So as we see, we got a +1 die roll modifier. Will be bumped up to a 2, which is, it helps a little bit. All right. This is a secondary technology, and it's improved optics for our cannons. So we'll put that over here in the secondary spot. And we're also going to build some armor. So now our armor is going to be bumped up from 3 die rolls modifier to a 6. And now when we get flanked, instead of a 1, we'll have a 2. We can add on to our die roll. That's how that works. All right, now we will go over here and see what the German player wants to do. Be right back. Okay, well, last turn when I researched Surgeon Skirt, that goes in automatically. So we'll put that already on the tank. That's what that auto means. As soon as it's researched, it's taken care of. So as the German player, we won't be able to build. We will only be able to research. And like I said, we kind of only got 3. We should have 6. But we'll do that next. We'll get that all straightened out. So if you're playing the game, I think that's the way you need to play it. You need to have 6 technologies. Always have 6 here. These here don't count towards 6 total. I'm pretty sure that's the way he's wanting us to do it. This card, take an extra action. Shoot. I should have 6. Let's go ahead and do that now. Yeah, we need 2. 1, 2, 3. We'll give him the option 2, but he built anyway, so let's give him his 3. 1, 2, 3. Here you go. This will be. We have new technologies introduced, but it's kind of for naught because next year we're at the end of it. We're going to be changing them out anyway, so it'll just be for the benefit of. I guess the German player will benefit mostly from these new technologies we got in here. What do we want to do? Horsepower, we already got, well, this is a turret horsepower though. We'll research this one. So this will be in our blueprint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Here you go. And I don't know if this really means anything since I said we're going to be changing them out next year, but we'll go ahead and change these over to here. These here will change and pass over to here. And now we'll make sure we got the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add 1 from the pool. 6. All right, that's the way we're going to do it. I'm pretty sure that's the way that works out a lot better. So your 6 or your whatever number of players you got is the number going on here. So you don't exclude these. If you start counting these, you start getting everything messed up. So always use that as the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't get to add any. Like I said, you don't count these. That is working out a lot better. I think that's the way you got to do it, even though it wasn't implied in the rules. All right, so that is, we are done with the research and build phase. We're going to the combat phase. Let me see. Let me call this a video before we get too ahead of ourselves or too long. And on the next video, we'll be back with the 1943 Built for War combat phase. And the Soviet player has the initiative back.